Dating coworkers is a risky business, regardless of your industry, but it's a habit One Tree Hill star Sophia Bush just can't seem to break. Sophia Bush met Chad Michael Murray when the pair started filming One Tree Hill in Wilmington, North Carolina in 2003. Murray proposed to his co-star in May 2004, and they wed less than a year later on April 16, 2005. However, the union wasn't meant to be, and just months later, the newlyweds split. According to Us Weekly, Bush initially filed for an annulment of the marriage, citing fraud as the reason, with rumors circulating that Murray had allegedly cheated on his wife with his House of Wax co-star Paris Hilton. While the annulment was denied, the couple's divorce would subsequently be finalized in December 2006. Following their divorce, they continued to work together on their hit show One Tree Hill, and Bush has often spoken about her marriage to Murray. While appearing on Watch What Happens Live in January 2014, the actor sagely reflected that she and Murray were just a poor fit for one another, and stated that they were far too young to be in that serious of a relationship anyway. In June 2018, Bush appeared on Andy Cohen's SiriusXM show and suggested that she should never have married Murray, citing the unjust treatment of women in Hollywood as one of the forces that caused them to wed.
Ladies have to learn how to take up space in the way that men are taught they are entitled to.
Following her split from Chad Michael Murray, Sophia Bush was romantically linked to another collaborator. In 2006, it was reported that Bush had moved on with Jon Foster, her co-star from the 2006 horror film Stay Alive. However, the pair reportedly split sometime in 2007, with Bush telling Us Weekly in 2008 that they'd split the previous year, but had managed to maintain a close and loving friendship in the absence of any romance. Bush also got philosophical about her former relationship, telling Us Weekly, "You can love somebody and not be in love with them, and I think that was a really valuable lesson. We weren't ready to get married, but it definitely doesn't mean we don't care about each other." After dating Jon Foster, Bush reportedly found love on the set of One Tree Hill once again when she started dating her co-star James Lafferty. Although the pair didn't confirm their romance at the time, Chad Michael Murray reportedly revealed the couple's relationship without their permission. According to Us Weekly, Murray gave an interview to a local CW News affiliate in 2008, in which he clarified that he and Bush were no longer romantically involved and that he remained friends with Lafferty despite the fact that he was now dating Bush. While it's unclear how Lafferty and Bush felt about Murray seemingly revealing their secret relationship on television, the pair didn't date for all that long. Their romance lasted from sometime in 2008 until they reportedly split the following year. Still, it's clear that there was a lot of love on the One Tree Hill set back in the day. Sophia Bush kept it in the One Tree Hill family when she dated actor Austin Nichols, who ended up playing her on-screen beau on the show. In fact, Nichols was apparently adamant that his character had a relationship with Bush's Brooke Davis. He told Examiner.com in 2009, "When Brooke and Julian and Sophia and I get together, there's just a great chemistry that happens. There's just this really great energy there when we work together." The pair reportedly dated on and off for about 6 years before calling it quits in 2012. When they split, a source alleged to Us Weekly that Bush was the one to end the relationship because she apparently didn't see a future with Nichols. Notably, their split coincided with the final season of One Tree Hill, which meant that they'd no longer be working together. In April 2013, it was reported that Sophia Bush had been dating Google program manager Dan Fredinburg for several months. At the time, a source suggested to Us Weekly that Bush was ready to wed Fredinburg and that she loved his intelligence. However, Bush's romance with Fredinburg seemingly wasn't meant to be, and in August 2014, the news broke that the pair had split 6 months earlier. An Us Weekly source confirmed that the couple struggled to make their relationship work due to their hectic work schedules. Sadly, according to The Hollywood Reporter, tragedy struck in April 2015 when Fredinburg was killed during an avalanche on Mount Everest. Bush paid tribute to her ex on Instagram, writing, "Today I find myself attempting to pick up the pieces of my heart that have broken into such tiny shards. I'll likely never find them all. Today I and so many of my loved ones lost an incredible friend. Dan Fredinburg was one of a kind." Sophia Bush reportedly met Jesse Lee Soffer while filming Chicago PD in 2014, and the pair started dating that year. Sadly, by June 2015, Just Jared reported that the romance was over for Bush and Soffer, with a source telling the publication that they'd simply grown apart.
Whatever we gotta do to come across convincingly in there, I'm prepared. Okay?
So noble.
However, in September of the same year, the two actors were photographed holding hands, leading fans to rejoice that they'd reunited. Unfortunately, the reconciliation was short-lived, and the media saw very little of the pair after that. In 2018, it was reported that Soffer had moved on with another Chicago Universe actor, Chicago Med star Torrey DeVito. In 2012, Bush opened up about her love life to E! News and suggested that she falls in love easily, saying, "I'm such a sucker for love, and I believe in it, and I always want it to win. I don't think you can really truly be the partner you want to be until you know on an absolute level that you are a complete person on your own." News of Sophia Bush's relationship with Grant Hughes first broke in May 2020. A little more than a year later, she and Hughes got engaged in Como, Italy. Bush announced the news on Instagram, writing, "So it turns out that being your favorite person's favorite person is the actual best feeling on planet Earth." The pair wed in Tulsa, Oklahoma in June 2022, and the nuptials apparently attracted a whole host of celebrities. Some notable guests included The Bachelor star Colton Underwood, actor Aaron Paul, and One Tree Hill alum Danielle Ackles and her husband. Sadly, the marriage only lasted for 1 year. In August 2023, people announced that Bush and Hughes had decided to divorce. Official documents listed their split as having occurred on June 27, 2023. At the time, a source told people that Bush and Hughes had been friends for a decade and that they would remain close following the split.